Hi everybody, welcome back to Laptop Seniors. We're thrilled to have you back with us.
Today we're going to be going through Coronado, Panama. This is an Airbnb review, but it's also a pretty decent amount about Coronado itself.
Because we haven't really shown you any of our view of Coronado up until this point. So here's just a little tasty bite.
Yeah, we're going to take you on the road. We're going to drive through Coronado a pretty fair amount. We'll talk about the obvious things that you're going to see when you go to Coronado, and little sections of Coronado which are a little bit different than each other. And of course, we're going to go through the apartment that we stayed in.
And some of the drive. And I'm sure if you've looked at Panama at all, you know that Coronado is about 50 miles, a little more than 50 miles west of Panama City. So it's a direct drive along the Pan American Highway until you get to the exit going down into Coronado. But then, of course, there's a little drive going down, and you'll see the rest of it.
So we're going to pick this up on the Pan American Highway just before you make that major turn that goes into Coronado and into the closed community and all of that. So you're going to see all that and sort of come along on the ride with us as we try to find the place that we're staying at.
We did eventually, and we liked it.
This is the shopping area of Coronado. Grocery stores and a shopping center on the right, another grocery store and shopping center on the left, and the same thing on the other side of the Pan American Highway. Lots of shopping over there, and of course all the shopping that you saw, on the actual Pan American Highway as we were coming up to that turn.
And along this strip right here are more restaurants. In fact, most of the restaurants of Coronado are here.
Yeah, there's probably 7 or 8. I never really counted them up, but there's a lot on both sides. And
some of which we've eaten at, and
yes,
they were quite good.
Yeah, they're very good and reasonably priced, as is all the restaurants here. They're reasonably priced. This is where you have to check in. They're going to check you that you should be in Coronado.
Residents with a chip on the left, visitors on the right. So a manned security gate getting into the golf community. Hold up. There's a car coming behind you.
And that's sort of a surprise the first time we went, because we just assumed it was a town, but it is a town, sort of. There's no real downtown area, but it's closed off. Like the whole thing is like one big community that you can't get into.
Although my understanding is Coronado is actually on both sides of the Pan American. It's just that this is the ocean side and Gulf community side.
Yeah, and it wasn't hard getting in, but you definitely have to deal it, to get in. This road itself is taking you to where we were going, Coronado Golf, but it also has another turnoff for GPSs that can confuse you. It'll go off to the left. You want to just keep going straight if you were going to this particular Airbnb. This is Picasso's. This is where all the expats get together each week, and easy to meet people.
Yes, the expat community here is pretty vibrant. They have at least one weekly thing going on here in the restaurant. The owner comes out to greet you. They have lots of specials going all the time. And I actually found the expat community in the Golf Tower was pretty vibrant, with a weekly get-together in there too.
This road is where we're going up to get into Coronado Golf, and there's a lot of great housing on both sides of this road. The funny thing about it is, it's their dirt roads that go off to the right or left, even though, as I'm saying, that one there was actually paved. Not many are paved, but the houses are great.
Yep, this is it.
Again, another gate to get by.
Okay.
And this is into the golf resort and golf community.
what you're seeing right in front of you is, it's like a little resort, and it's the clubhouse for golf, and there's a pool in there, and there's a restaurant. It's a really nice little complex there. That has nothing to do really with Coronado Golf, where we're going, even though it's on the same grounds.
Right, because Coronado Golf Tower is just a high-rise building in the golf course community. There's another high-rise called Alcazar, which is slightly different styling. It looks more Mediterranean. But where we turned, you didn't see on the right that there's actually rentals, like vacation rentals in there. And I think it's called Coronado Golf Luxury Rentals, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, we're riding around because we got lost going in. So, we're showing you, how it's sometimes a little bit hard with the GPS to actually get to this place. Once you know where it is, it's nothing. But we're riding around in this very Panamanian little section that is, people live here, and this is their homes and things. But you got to go through here to get into the more back section where the Airbnb and Coronado Golf and the large condo building is, and also a bunch of other great houses. Like, we keep driving around and it's like, where are we going? One of the other things here too,
I totally thought you were going to spin this by saying, oh, I was just spinning around to show everyone the homes.
no, we were totally lost. And the one thing about this is that you can't really see, maybe you can get a little idea, the road here was horrible. Like, the amount of ruts, and the car is just, especially here, just rocking crazy trying to go through this area. It was brutal. And then right as you get by this, right from here on, boom, sort of pristine road.
It slits out.
Yeah, and beautiful homes. Like, back in here, I'd say the price of the homes just jumped from that little, town thing you were just seeing, probably jumped $400,000.
And we're passing over a little waterway here, which one day we came by and there were so many crocodiles and people were feeding them. I mean, it actually looked like a dangerous situation to me.
Not knowing what to expect, we were really surprised at how large the estates were back here and how big and beautiful the homes are. If they didn't have an estate, they for sure had a big, beautiful home all the way through here. I mean, it was gorgeous back in this area.
Yeah, it definitely was. You'll see on the left here that there are pillars and a low wall. Some of the properties are enclosed with higher walls, but they were all very well maintained, just gorgeous. And you'll see in between, like right here, some of the lots are quite rough and those are not occupied. I don't know if they're for sale.
Probably. I think everything is for sale at the right price for somebody. So here we are. Yeah. So this is the golf course, and obviously we're going to ride through that, and you'll get an idea of it. A lot of bumps. Plus, you have to kind of wait for people to golf through this actual road. Like, the carts will ride across it. You got to be careful, and look out that you don't get a golf ball going through your windshield.
And you see the golfers on the right. We didn't actually golf while we were here.
No, it was kind of expensive to golf here, although we'll tell you a little bit later. Well, I'll tell you right now. At the Airbnb that we were at, if you were there for 30 days or longer, you could have a temporary golf membership. If you were under that, you couldn't. And the owner of the Airbnb, he could set that up for you. You'd have to pay it, obviously, but he could set it up so that you could, you'd be a member, temporary.
And I imagine all the property owners here are members by default.
Don't know. Not sure. I don't know, because many may not be golfers. Big homes on the right where that white fence is. I mean, maybe just the sheer amount of the fence gives you an idea. Okay, this is still the same property where those tall shrubberies are.
Hedge.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, the landscaping was really quite stunning on so many of the lots. And we always loved this red house as we drove by.
Yeah, it was really nice in here. Really nice. Which gave us a different feel for Coronado, because this was the third and then ultimately the fourth time we've been to Coronado. The first two times we did not like it. First time I was like, well, I don't get it. Second time, I was like, okay, I really don't get it. We came back to try again. And only on the third time when we came here for the first time, we've been here twice, that all of a sudden it sort of made sense. Because the first couple times, when you can't get into complexes, you can't get into areas, and you're just riding by houses, it sort of feels like, that it's kind of maybe a little too rural, but it's not.
And we are coming up on the Coronado Golf Tower. You see, behind this fence on the right is actually the pool that belongs to the building. And there's the building in front of us.
Big pool, too. It was a beautiful pool area.
It was very big and nice. Although, I definitely did some damage to my shoulder in that pool.
Yeah, you're still paying for it.
I am.
Yeah, so, like almost everything that's, a complex in Panama or Mexico, there's a guard, and we thought it was at that little thing we just passed, but it's actually at this next guardhouse, and he was nice, and it was quick.
They're standing there waiting for you. Golf Tower?
So in we go. A definite plus for this building was it was inside parking that came with the apartment.
And manned security again.
Yes, manned security. And, the owner, in the correspondence back and forth on Airbnb, it's like, here's the number where you'd park. It's only you in that space.
Designated spot.
Yep, and we're coming up on it now.
Beside this blue one. And on the main ground level there was an office, so anytime you'd have questions or anything, they were mostly available every day.
Oh, actually, this is kind of wide.
And entering this Airbnb, you'll see the kitchens on the right. Lots of granite counter space was great. The amenities were great. It was very fully equipped with everything you could want. Big fridge.
Very clean. The whole apartment was clean. That's a plus.
It was. Dishwasher. You gotta love that.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
That brown door you just saw is a powder room by the entry. And voila. It may be small and simple, but a full-on laundry room. That's a real plus when you're traveling.
And Panama has a lot of washers in apartments, so that's kind of common. Not super common, but having a dryer, that's pretty rare. You don't see that often.
So dining area there on the left, and a liquor cabinet with liquor in it. We didn't drink any, but I suppose we could have.
It was a nice apartment.
The sofa was comfortable. I was curious about those couches that have the headrest that lay down or pull up, and it was quite comfortable.
Right now, we're feeling pretty good about the apartment and in coming to Coronado, but we're still a little apprehensive, at least I was, about it like the first two times until we hit this door. Once we got outside, and it wasn't just the view, it was all of a sudden, it gave you context of what was actually here. Because prior to this, it felt rurally to a degree. It felt like you're kind of sparsely populated and, you're away from the person next to you and the next house and so on and so forth. All of a sudden here, as you'll see as we go through this looking down, there's a lot of homes here and there's a lot of stuff here. And it was a 180-degree flip on what we thought Coronado was. And it went from being, I don't think so, to, oh my God, this is great.
You're right. This did give us a feel for just how many homes there were in the area. And they're not all squished together. They're along the water, especially along the ocean. They're very nice wide properties, but even throughout that are off the water.
Yeah, actually some of the properties along the water, you'd think, oh, that's probably a hotel. It's 5 stories, but it's not. It's one person's house.
Some of them were massive.
They're unbelievable.
And here you see the bedroom. This is a 1-bedroom suite. It has another door going out to the same balcony that you saw. King bed was great.
Air conditioning worked.
And here is the closet, like walk-in dressing area, open shelves and then closed doors. And of course, the bathroom. I'm hiding in the bathroom. And look, There's a nice big soaker tub.
This is the common area up on top, basically.
This is the AS floor, 32nd floor. Whew. We are high up here. Glass all around and oh wow. There's a balcony up here.
See what I mean when you look down? All of a sudden, you can see that there's a pretty decent population here.
I'm not sure if there were 2 or 3 floors of this common area, but it was expansive.
Yeah, there was 3, and we're going to go through those 3. You'll see as of, Viv's going through and talking about them a little bit. This is the second pool. We showed you the one that was outside, at least the side of it. There it is right here, looking down on it. It was a big pool and a really nice area.
There were wildfires going on around us when we were there. We weren't sure when we saw those fires in the distance what they were, but we were told there was quite a serious situation there, like in many other places. You'll see the little smoke rising in the distance here and there.
As you're looking down, hopefully you can get an idea. Those are big homes. This is a pretty upper end community. I mean, they're not small, that's for sure.
I personally love a home that has interesting layers of roofs. It tells me that the inside's going to be lovely as well.
This is the Alcazar building. Looks really pretty.
See the bird soaring on the right? We saw a lot of that. It was quite stunning. What's up the stairs? So 33. Another view. Ooh, the soccer. More washrooms.
Sauna.
A sauna. Let's see it. Wow. Ooh, piso 34. Another pool. Is this a hot tub? The birds up here. Oh, there's people in the pool.
It was a really good building overall. I mean, there's just no getting away from it, and that really added to the allure of Coronado itself. It's so important as to where you stay in a particular area, anywhere around the world. It really changes your viewpoint of, the actual community that you're in.
There's another pool down there, an outdoor pool on the ground. See a fire up there in the distance. A few of them.
Okay, pros and cons. What was great and what was not. One of the pros, it was a nice, modern apartment.
It definitely had all the amenities you could hope for.
It was very clean.
Washer and dryer, bonus.
Yeah. Pools, nice pools inside and out, and it was a great building.
Yes, and the indoor covered parking, a designated spot, was good.
The owner, the host, he was extremely helpful for us.
Very responsive.
Yes, and gave us restaurant places to go all around the area. I mean, he really made it a really nice place to stay at.
And of course, you cannot beat the astounding views we had.
Those views were spectacular. And one last thing, you got access to golf and also to another beach area, and he would set it up for you. And he explained the 30-day thing for golf, and he got us into the beach area because it's tough to get to the beach when you're in Coronado. So some of the cons.
Well, actually, that beach area you're talking about was a pro, but it was also a con because it was something that we didn't know innately. We had to figure it out and ask for it and go driving around to look for it.
Moving on with the cons themselves.
Yes, it was a super bumpy ride through part of the stretch to drive there.
We actually met one couple from England who did not have a car, and they were doing Ubers and running around, and you could do that, but I mean, you're going to be doing a lot of Ubering, and as you can tell from the drive to get to the place, the Uber's going to take a while to get you there and to get you back. And you know what? For the cons, that's about it.
It was a really great experience staying there. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Click that bell so you'll be notified of all the new videos that are going to drop. There are a lot in the can.
It's terrifying to me to actually how much video is sitting on hard drives going, oh man, I got to go through this stuff.
And I'm so glad that's his job.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be retired. This is like, but it's fun. And hopefully you enjoy it. Well, it seems like it, just judging by the amount of people that have subscribed and all the nice comments. So we really thank you for that. And until that next one,
Please come back and see us again. Bye for now.